to our PGA panel, DraftKings contributors Geoff, Ulrich, and Reid Fowler, aka the Golf Gurus. Time for PGA Price Check, guys. So your favorite golfer at these price ranges for the Wells Fargo Championship. We're going to start with, the expensive guys, 10K plus. There's 6 guys in this range. Reid, who are you going with?
I'll go with Jon Rahm. I know Bryson Dechambeau's got a lot of the statistics on his favor on his side. But Jon Rahm, when you crank up the difficulty, I love him at these type of courses. We know that Memorial is somewhat of a comp. So give me Jon Rahm 10-8. I do think you're getting a discount on one of the best golfers in the world right now. All
right, Geoff, who are you going to go with at that 10K plus range? 6 dudes to choose from.
Yeah, look, Jon Rahm as the third most expensive play. Like in most fields that aren't major championships, you should probably just play Jon Rahm. So I don't disagree. Jon Rahm should probably be top of most models this week. He's going to be chalky though. And I think the other player that really interests me in the 10K range is Webb Simpson, North Carolina native. He absolutely loves this course, grew up around, Wells Fargo, Quail Hollow, excuse me. So he knows this venue well. He's playing pretty good golf as well. T9 his last time out at the Heritage at a good Masters. I like paying down for Webb Simpson in it as a more of a tournament play, more of a pivot. You could even pair him with Jon Rahm and get kind of a unique build. So Rahm, Webb Simpson, those are the 2 guys in the 10K range I'm definitely targeting this week.
All right, how about this 9K range, Geoff? You got a guy in here, Will Zalatoris, the young buck. What do you think?
Yeah, I really like Will Zalatoris this week. And again, I mean, you look at Quail Hollow, it's a longer, tougher course, bogey avoidance, strokes gained off the tee to green. It just speaks to what Will Zalatoris does well. He manages his game well. He's got a great long game. And if the putter shows up like it has been for him, I mean, we've seen young players really excel at this venue. Max Homa, Ricky Fowler back in the day, Rory McIlroy back in the day. This has been a spot for young players to kind of break out. Guys like Will Zalatoris with a lot of talent. And 9,400, he's still very manageable in salary. What he's been doing, quite frankly, just in terms of making cuts, he's got 1 missed cut in 15 PGA starts. I'm fine paying up with him this week. I think this is the type of event, the type of venue where you target Will Zalatoris and you go from there. And I think at 9,400, I'm all about it.
Reid, who are you going with and why is it Tony Finau?
Damn it, Jesse. No, Zalatoris, I love that call. He was a guy that I featured in my article. And you just take a look at the tough finishes or the tough courses and his finishes on those tough courses as well. It's not just that he's making cuts. He's playing well in difficult scoring conditions. But here's a guy in Tony Finau, Jesse, that is $9,500. No, in all seriousness, he's coming in at 14% roster percentage right now. And it's still early in the week with Finau. We know he plays well at this type of course. We know that he can get the ball out there. We know his finishes at Genesis and Riviera. I don't have to belabor the point. But if it's not a guy like Finau, I think Zalatoris is fine. But Joaquin Niemann, Geoff mentioned him yesterday. He's a guy that's really good off the tee. So if he's using that to his strength and he's putting, and we've seen him putt well earlier this season, he's someone who's going to be chalky, but I believe at $9,000, $9,100, if I get my prices correct this time around, he's the guy that I like in this range as well.
I was saving Tony Finau for Reid, but I do kind of like him. I'm not sure if I like him over Niemann, but those 2 are really close second for me. So all things considered, you could definitely play 2 players from the 9K range as like a starting point even. Just fade everyone under 10K. A lot of talent in there this week for sure.
We've seen first-time winners here, Geoff. I know Finau's got 1, but this would be like his real
first-time big boy winner,
Yeah, right.
Okay, well, if you aren't fading everyone under 10K and you got to pick someone in the 8K range, Reid, who's it going to be?
Watson, $8,300. We know that he's got distance off the tee. Yeah, he's someone that I really like. And he's playing well. Ball striking 21st of the last 24 rounds. He's a guy that we know can play well these type of courses, these long traditional style courses. Bubba Watson, the big lefty, shows up.
Geoff, he finished 7 under, tied for 13th at the Valspar. Do you like Bubba Watson too? You seemed all in on that pick.
I do like Bubba. Reid's obviously been just reading my notes, just copying everything I say like usual. But, Bubba has played Quail Hollow a few times in the past. He was second here way back in 2009 to Sean O'Hare. So this venue just sets up perfectly. It's a driver-heavy venue. Bubba's been playing really well of late. He was really good at the team event, T26 at the Masters. The guy who's chasing a Ryder Cup spot as well. I like the setup for him, but I think that the main thing for me with the 8K range is you should look at the low 8K range because Shane Lowry right underneath Bubba is playing really good golf as well. Tee to green, 8,200. And I wouldn't be shocked if Grillo bounced back, but I really like Lowry at 8,200 as well. I think him and Bubba both rank for great balance plays. If you are targeting a guy 11K, 10K, going down there is like a second or third option there. Those guys are in great form.
All right, Geoff, the 7K range, you've got so many people to choose from. Who are you going with?
So many toys here to look at, but it's Ricky Fowler week. It's the bounce back time. Ricky Fowler loves this venue, and you look at his last outing at the Valero. It was like a month ago now because he didn't play the Masters. Obviously, he's taking a break. Everyone's like, "Where's Ricky? Why is he in the PGA Championship?" This is when people start talking about Ricky in a negative way, it just seems like he reacts well to it on the golf course. He was striking the ball well last time at Valero, gained strokes like throughout the bag, T14 there. Like I mentioned, he's got a win at Quail Hollow. He's got multiple top fives, played well here last time out, even though he wasn't playing well. I think Ricky Fowler bounces back this weekend, 7,800. This is a very good price to take a shot because even if he doesn't compete, just him getting across the line, maybe for a top 30 at a venue he likes, it's going to be enough to pay off. So I really like the price here on Ricky this week.
Reid, were you laughing at that?
No, I love it. Anytime that we can get Ricky Fowler at Quail Hollow or this type of course where he's historically played well, that's what you want from these bounce back candidates, right? Is they get to a place that they feel comfortable, and you're buying really low on Ricky right now. You're probably going to be buying low on Ricky all year, and this might be the one time that it's going to pay off for you. Matt Wallace is the guy that I have in this range at $7,500. He's a guy that Geoff mentioned a couple of weeks now. And I'm surprised that, again, Ricky Fowler is fine. But if you look at Matt Wallace and how he's played, of recent, it's been really good golf for a guy who doesn't play a lot on the PGA Tour. And we see that on other courses like Memorial last season, got a top 5 finish. And so we know that he can get it out there. We know that he can play in these bigger fields. And, he's coming in 13th right now, ranked in tee to green strokes gained over the last 24 rounds. That's someone that I want, backing at this deep of a number if you're going on the odd side or at $7,500. And there's so many guys I gravitate towards him, even though he's probably going to be more of a cash game play as opposed to GPP.
All right, real quick, guys, below 7K, Reid, who you going with?
I think Wyndham Clark's in play. Jesse, guy hits the ball far. It's Geoff's boy. I know I'm taking all of Geoff's picks. I know we did like Parent Trap where we swapped here a little bit, but I like Wyndham Clark.
Geoff, Wyndham Clark for you, man?
Dude, this is getting scary. Yes, Wyndham Clark was definitely on my list. I think going to Doc Redman, though, is fine. He's very good off the tee as well. Had a great start here, and he's looking like a little bit of form. I think both Clark and Redman, a couple young plays coming into form. You can target him for big tournaments this week, absolutely.